Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to ask my husband to make delicious Scottish shortbread.
Okay, today I'm going to make some simple Scottish shortbread. It's one of the easiest things you can bake. To start with, we're just going to get the oven preheated to 190°C, which is gas mark 5 I think. So we'll just leave that, we'll get that going. I've already measured out 180 grams of plain flour. We now want 55 grams of caster sugar, whole caster sugar. Get it from anywhere, this one. Okay, and now we're going to put 125 grams of 125 grams of butter. So we just use any, we're not going to use some really high quality butter here. This is just your sort of shop's own. No, I can't believe it's not butter. Maybe a brand name, I'm not sure. And you can either measure this out beforehand, which is good when you make too much like that, or just put it in as you go along. Okay, the next step is to beat this together. We just want to mix it and make it into a batter before we add the flour. So this bit will take a few moments. Okay, so to beat it the old-fashioned way that everyone's got a bowl, everyone's got a spoon. I'm going to use a wooden one. I'm pretty sure if you've got one, sorry, if you don't have one, you can use any other spoon. To be honest, what you want to do is just get it sort of pressed in there with the sugar. This will slowly start to make this into a bit of a paste. As soon as that sugar starts coating the butter, you'll be able to stir it a little bit easier. You see it's starting to break up into pieces. Another tip here is if this butter is already at room temperature, this will go a little bit quicker. In my case, this is quite cold. It's about 5°C, the butter, so that's going to make it a little bit more work. So now all the sugar sort of disappeared into it. We just want to keep beating it. If you've got an electric whisk, you would have done this in about 30 seconds, but for now we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, so we've got a nice sort of batter. It's a bit sticky at this point, and that's okay. It should be. There's nothing. It's only butter and sugar at this point. Because it's a biscuit, we don't need very much air in the mixture. We don't need to sift this. If you want to sift it, you can go ahead. Otherwise, you just start putting your plain flour in, just sprinkle it in, mix it together. Okay, you see it's getting a little bit drier now. Get a little bit more flour. We'll just keep doing this until we've used all of the flour. Okay, nearly there. All the flour's in. As you can see, it's starting to go a little bit dry. So we'll just sort of press that because we want that butter to cling onto all of this flour. Okay, so now we want to take this mixture and we just want to roll it about 1 centimetre thick. We'll get it out. It's a little bit kind of gloopy. It's kind of like a very, very wet dough. Now, because I'm a little bit lazy, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to roll it on some greaseproof paper. If If you don't have greaseproof paper, there's no problem with that. Just put a little bit of plain flour on the work surface before you go ahead. Okay, so we'll get that on there. Standard rolling pin, I put a little bit of flour on top, just to make sure nothing sticks. Plan. One of the problems with using this is it'll move quite a bit. So we just take it a little bit easy. It's getting a bit gloopy there. If that happens, just put a bit more flouring on the rolling pin. This should be enough for about 10 or 12 sticks of shortbread, I would imagine, I guess. Although you can cut it to any shape you want, it's not going to be a problem. Okay, so that's about 1 centimetre thick. It's maybe a little bit too thin, to be honest, but it'll do for now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in the fridge for 20 minutes so it firms up a little bit. Because I used greaseproof paper, I'm just going to stick just a little chopping board underneath, as it'll make it a little bit easier for me to transfer it to the fridge. Okay, so just put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes and we'll come back and check on it later. Okay, so 20 minutes have passed. This has gone a little bit firmer. It's nice and cold to the touch. I've just sprinkled a little bit of caster sugar on. The measurement doesn't really matter, just however you feel. If you like it sweeter, just chuck a little bit more. What we're going to do next is chop this up into about, well, we're going to go for some sticks, some sort of fingers. Chop it up into any size you want. If you've got shapes, little stars, circles, squares, whatever you want, you can go ahead and do it. So I'm just going to start chopping it up. Okay, so we're just going to give them a little prick. As you can see, I've cut these quite small actually, and this is to make it look like there's more, or to stop people from eating so many at once. And when I say that, I mean myself. Okay, so any pattern you want, it doesn't really matter. The pattern really doesn't do a lot. It does allow heat to go inside, but we're not going all the way through, so you know, you don't need to go crazy. There's no science to this bit. Okay, so they've all been pricked with a fork. We're now going to just put a baking sheet underneath. Again, I'm going to use the greaseproof paper that I have been working with for a little while. Just make sure they all fit on the baking sheet. It's a little bit low, so I'm just going to shuffle these around a little bit. Okay, that should be fine. We'll now put it in a nice warm oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And we've got a fan assisted oven, so it shouldn't really matter if it's top or middle. Okay, so after 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes, it should start going a nice golden brown. It should be a little bit crunchy. If you have some unusual shapes like these, this might be a little bit brown at the end. That's okay. Hopefully the real taste is in the sort of lighter coloured part. What I want to do is put them on a cooling tray and just let them cool down for about sort of 20 to 30 minutes. That should firm up the middles. And there you go. Just eat them.
So there we are, some really delicious Scottish shortbread. I hope you enjoy it.